Another day, another leaked report, this time focused on COVID in schools. It finds that most of the transmission is between students and has teachers calling for major changes in hotspots through the end of the school year. Here's CTV's Penny Daflos.
How much COVID is spreading in BC schools has been a topic of hot debate, and in her latest briefing, BC's top doctor insisted they simply don't know certain details.
Which is exactly who transmitted to who in every school and every daycare.
But in this Fraser Health document leaked to reporters, decision makers could see that from January to early March, student-to-student infections were most common in schools with outbreaks.
The opposite of what we were told earlier on, and it really does spell out the need for physical distancing and mask wearing.
Keep in mind that there are proportionately more students than there are staff in the schools.
Health officials add in the study period, less than 1% of the school population got sick, and they're confident 2/3 of them got COVID outside school. But teachers think that, combined with the fact other leaked documents show sky-high infections in parts of the Lower Mainland, mean hotspot schools should go to hybrid learning for the rest of the year.
That would not be difficult. It would mean that students would still go to school every day, just not all day, and they would be in smaller classes so that they could physically distance.
There are schools in hotspot areas that aren't affected at all. And it's not just about the education. It can be a child's place to get a meal, a safe place for them.
Asymptomatic transmission in kids is real, that it happens a lot, and that kids may not get very sick, and that's a blessing, but that doesn't mean they're not getting their grandparents sick.
As experts and teachers alike call for more details.
As I've said many times, we don't have the type of information that I think everybody would like to have.
And that, they believe, is part of the problem.
If you're missing half the iceberg, I think it's difficult to say that you understand the iceberg. British Columbia cannot make valid claims that it understands transmission in schools.
And Penny is here live with more on this tonight. Penny, Dr. Henry continues to cite privacy concerns as the reason she is not giving parents and teachers this more detailed information. But many people do want it, and some say it is necessary to have.
Well, yeah, Scott, there are advantages to a big picture approach, but when you do have that big picture, it also makes it seem like everybody's risk is similar, and that's simply not the case. I mean, you can think of a child that's living in a neighborhood where there are not a lot of infections. The infections are low. Maybe their parents work from home. Very different situation to a child living in a hotspot whose parents are both essential workers, and they're living in a multi-generational household. So that's why teachers and others are advocating for more information so that families can really, truly understand the risk where they are. And we can also see about maybe if it's necessary for more resources or more advocacy, a different approach for areas that might need it, Scott.
Okay, thank you, Penny.